dear listeners. Today, I want to talk about something that every language learner encounters but sometimes dreads: mistakes. You know, those little slip-ups that make you cringe, turn your cheeks red, and for a fleeting moment make you want to crawl under the nearest table. Well, let me tell you something. Mistakes are not the enemy. In fact, they're exactly what you need to reach fluency. Think about learning to swim. On your first few tries, the water feels impossibly deep, right? But the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Language is the same. Every time you mispronounce a word or stumble over a sentence, you're actually doing something amazing. You're learning. And learning, my friends, can be messy, and that's okay. I remember when I first attempted French, I said je suis chaud to mean I'm hot, only to later discover that I had basically declared myself, romantically available. Embarrassing? A bit. Memorable? Absolutely. And I never forgot how to say j'ai chaud again. That's the thing. Our brain loves lessons wrapped in a bit of humbling comedy. One fantastic way to embrace mistakes is by simply practicing. And I don't just mean practicing with others, sometimes just practicing alone, speaking to yourself can be a game changer. Imagine you're rehearsing a play. You're not just learning lines, you're working on emotions, gestures, and timing. So talk to yourself. Describe the weather, your day, or even your groceries. It all builds confidence over time. Oh, and here's a little secret. The real magic happens when you celebrate the little moments of progress. Did you learn a new word? Yay! Manage to introduce yourself in English flawlessly? Brilliant. Each step, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. After all, climbing a mountain isn't about one giant leap, it's about all the little steps along the way. And trust me, those steps add up faster than you think. So, let's reframe it. Mistakes aren't failures. They're stepping stones. Dive in, get messy, and keep moving forward. Now that we've embraced the beauty of mistakes, let's shift gears to something equally vital: consistent practice. You see, speaking English fluently isn't about waiting for the perfect moment to practice. It's about weaving it into your everyday life, like brushing your teeth, or for me, sipping my morning tea, which, let's be honest, is non-negotiable. Have you ever tried reading out loud? It's such an underrated gem for improving fluency. When you read aloud, your mouth and brain work together to tackle pronunciation and rhythm. It's like a rehearsal for the real conversations you'll have. Plus, it's a great way to spot tricky words or phrases you may want to work on. Honestly, even narrating your grocery list can make a difference. And if anyone catches you, well, tell them Emily Brightman gave you a personal challenge. Daily immersion is another game changer. Picture this. You start your day with 5 minutes of listening to an English podcast, jot down a couple of new words, and later, as you cook dinner, you play your favorite English song. It doesn't need to be grand or time-consuming, just consistent. Repeat those little moments every day, and you'll notice a real change in how naturally the language starts to stick. And let's talk about mixing up how you learn. English isn't just in books, you know. It's in songs, TV shows, podcasts, everywhere. Watch a series you love, sing your heart out to a new tune, or dive into a podcast with themes that excite you. Not only does this broaden your vocabulary, but it also introduces you to different accents and expressions. It's like taking a tour of the English-speaking world right from your couch. Small, consistent actions can lead to big transformations. The aim is to make English an everyday companion, a habit that feels as natural as tying your shoelaces. All right, my lovely listeners, let's bring this journey full circle. Confidence in communication doesn't just appear overnight. It's something we build bit by bit, sometimes while stepping, or let's be honest, stumbling out of our comfort zones. But, oh, those stumbles, they're glorious little victories in disguise. Think for a moment about starting a real conversation in English, maybe at a coffee shop or asking a passerby for directions. Does the thought fill you with a tiny bit of dread? That's okay, perfectly human even. But trust me, the courage it takes to simply try, that's the real milestone. At first it might feel awkward, like you're on stage in a play without a script. But every script gets learned line by line, right? The secret is to start small. Maybe it's just a greeting or asking how someone's day is going. Each little effort pushes your boundaries just a teensy bit further. That small hello today leads to a whole, how do you take your coffee, tomorrow. Baby steps, my friends, baby steps. And here's where consistency becomes your trusty sidekick. Remember those tiny habits we talked about earlier, like reading out loud or narrating your life's most mundane moments? They build not just skills, but resilience. The kind of resilience you'll need when you hit those dreaded plateaus. Moments where you think, why am I not improving? But let me whisper a little theatrical truth here. Plateaus are where the magic brews. Oh yes, they teach you patience, persistence, and the art of showing up even when it's tough, because each time you push through, you discover that improvement wasn't miles away. It was just a single step ahead, waiting for you to take it. And as you navigate this journey, remember to give yourself a round of applause for every win, big or small. Celebrate that moment when you find the courage to speak up in a group or even string two tricky sentences together. Those are the moments that'll fuel your confidence and keep you going. So, my friends, as we wrap up our time together today, let me leave you with this. Confidence doesn't mean you'll speak perfectly. It means you'll speak anyway, mistakes and all, believing in your ability to improve. Every word, every sentence is a step forward, and wherever you are in the world, know that I'm cheering for you as you take those steps. And that's all for today. Keep practicing, keep dreaming, and let that confidence shine through. On that note, we'll see you next time. Take care and happy learning.